Hey everyone, welcome to another cookie tips video. I thought I'd share a few little things with you to make your cookie decorating journey easier. So the first thing that I do when I'm piping or decorating my cookies is I have my bags here and I use a damp paper towel to kind of sandwich the tips of the bag. There's a few reasons I do this. Number one is that royal icing crusts over or dries when exposed to air. And so if you're, decorating for hours on end, my tips would get crusty and clog, and then I would get little bits of, hard icing when I started to flood or outline my cookie. So this prevents it from drying out. And then I usually just squish the little tips down for flood icing. If it, sometimes it seeps out of your bag once it's laying down on the counter or your table. So then I just squish the tips there, and that keeps it from seeping out of the bag. And another reason I like to have a damp paper towel is to wipe off my scribe. So sometimes it comes in handy after you're going in with your scribe to smooth out the icing and you have some icing stuck on there. You just simply wipe it away and you're good to go. Now my next one, not so much a tip, but what not to do. So here I have a cookie, it looks totally normal, everything looks great. I flooded it as normal, but after a day or so, the whole icing came off. Now this has happened to me before. Thankfully, never for a set for anybody, but the main reason this happens to me is that I've used really old icing. So I freeze my leftover icing and I'll reuse it, especially for my videos, but this has been icing that I've frozen a couple of times and it was very spongy when I took it out of the freezer and let it come to room temperature. I mixed it all back together, it looked great, it worked great, but you can see underneath the icing here, it's kind of spongy looking. And so I know that it's separated and it's been pulled in and out of the freezer too much, or it's been around too long. So this usually happens in that case. Another case is if you over mix your icing, sometimes you can get this as well, as it gets that spongy kind of crumbly texture. So those are just a couple of things to watch out. A little tip that I do like to do is when I have older icing that I've frozen, once it comes to room temperature, I like to add new fresh icing to it, and it brings it back to a great consistency and it works really well. And it's great because you get to use up your old icing. So I hope these help you out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy baking!